Hi everyone, happy week 7. My apologies for my video being so late. It's just been an absolutely insane week on kind of every front, like work, home, school, everything. Um, so that kind of leads me into my topic this week, which is self-care. This is something that I have been struggling with. Um, I have been utilizing our discussion boards for some ideas, but I just am really struggling with fitting time for a lot of these things. I think that more often than not, when I'm posting in a discussion board, I'm kind of like thinking back on this week of like, what did I do that can qualify as self care rather than like, what am I proactively doing about my self care? I think that I underestimated the role of an outpatient therapist and what self care means to that. I remember my mentor in undergrad really harped on the fact of if you are a therapist, it's helpful to have your own therapist just because you're holding a lot and you're sitting with a lot. And I think like as like a naive like freshman in undergrad, you're like, oh yeah, like sure. And now once I'm in this role, I'm really seeing what the benefits of that is going to be, or just having some regular self-care practice. I think that it's hard for a lot of us to fit in some sort of like regular self-care, or maybe it is just me, but like I'm really struggling to like have a regular routine of self-care. And I do think that that's just because of balancing everything right now. I'm hopeful that once school is over and my internship, and I'm really just focusing on my job, that I'm going to be able to incorporate some more things regularly, like exercising more, that kind of stuff. I just cannot carve out the time, nor do I like have the capacity to like kind of work on myself at all right now. And I think that all of this has just kind of been mounting for like a few weeks. And I've just really been seeing how kind of much I'm struggling with the absence of self-care. So I've kind of like made a list of myself of like things that I'm going to like try and do every day, that I can do every day, that's going to seem like literally reading 30 minutes before bed, like a non-work, non-school book is just something that I'm just going to try to do. And it sounds like something so little, but I just really feel like I don't have any time for myself right now, and I'm really struggling with that. I think that one of my saving graces for this has been my field supervisor at my placement, which I'm really grateful for, because I know that some of our other classmates haven't had a ton of support from their supervisors, or aren't really clicking with them. And I think that if I also had that experience, I would be struggling even way more right now. So she and my supervisor has been really focused on me taking time for myself, and she's like, has been a therapist for a while, and so she's aware that we have to kind of take care of ourselves before we can take care of other people. And I think that I had posted on somebody's, as a response to somebody's post once, I read in a book something about how if you're in the airplane and you're with a child, they advise the mothers to put on the oxygen mask first and then put on the child's, because you're not going to be able to help them if you can't help yourself. And I think that's just something that really rings true for an outpatient therapist. And I think that I really underestimated how hearing all of these things every day and just sitting with all of this has an effect on us. So I'm really making a conscious effort over the next few weeks to practice this self-care. I think I just also have like a lot of added anxiety with like graduation and like testing for the LC's exam. And so I think now more than ever, I'm just really going to try and like refocus on self-care and taking that time for myself, because I think that I'm like handling everything else like okay, but it's at that expense is for myself. So I need to definitely reset and refocus on that. But if anybody else has, I know that like some other people have just been struggling with the balancing act. So if you guys have any tips, tricks, or anything just like small that we can start doing day to day, that would be helpful. But I hope everyone else has a great week, and I look forward to hearing your videos. Thanks.